Hello, I'm Mr. Barry.
Hi, I'm Miss Sleepy.
Welcome to Living in the Tennessee Bottoms. If you're new to our channel, we'd like to ask one thing of you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because me and Miss Sleepy, we can do just about anything, but one thing we can't do is grow this channel without you. Well, good morning and welcome to Living in the Tennessee Bottoms. Today we, believe it or not, we got some dry ground. Some, not much. I think today is Tuesday. We've just now recovering over the backwater. Let me pan you around here, show you what I got done in the past. I had to wade water. All these fences we had down through here, I picked them up, moved them all the way up there. We shortened the chicken pen run all the way back up to there. You can see where I've been coming back and forth through here on the four-wheeler and the trailer. She's been some kind of muddy. Now you can see where the garden was. Like I said, was back in, March. We had it all busted up. We had it all staked off. Had strings going across here, and you can see the grass already starting to grow in it right here. We were ready to plant stuff. We had our cold winter crop already planted, and what I'm walking on right now is pretty soft. So we got some of the strawberries right here trying to come back out. And we got one there, one there. We got a few over here. I think we're gonna have a lot more of them come back out. I dug a bunch of them up down there. Over here is where we had our English peas, pole beans, cabbage, lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower, radishes, onions, garlic. Had quite a bit of stuff planted. I pulled most of it up, me and Miss Libby did. And I took this cold weather crop up to the house. And we had 3 rows of potatoes right over here. And I'm hoping as the sun comes out and dries some of this stuff out, that the potatoes may come back. There's those 2 stakes there. We had 2 rows coming all the way down through here. We had another row on the other side. I dug those up. And then we had 3 rows right here where this grass is, believe it or not. One thing about grass, it will come back. And we had 3 rows of potatoes right here. I do not see anything right here yet. And over here is our table fertilizer spreader that was all the way back there at one time. You can see the green grass coming across there. We have a few rows of corn we planted to see if it's going to come up. You can see my stakes right here. They were washed up over here into the ditch. That's another thing we've done. Last year we had a problem with critters wanting to come from the ditch here. Possums, raccoons, armadillos, rabbits. And see all this right here where the wagon wheels are? The wagon wheels used to be over yonder. Well, I'd put new fence poles, took the fencing that I took down from over there and brought over here. Today, me and Miss Libby is going to attempt, I got to shooting at the sky again, man, I am good at that, ain't I? So me and Miss Libby today, we're going to attempt to get some tomatoes in the ground. I believe some peppers. That is, if I can find a dry spot. So I'm gonna go look for a dry spot and we'll be back in a minute. All right. We finally decided that we got a dry spot, hopefully, right in here. It's still pretty wet. Miss Levy's gonna be bringing our tomato slips down here in a minute. I brought the trailer down, some pot and soil stuff on it. So what we're gonna attempt to do here is we're gonna go down through here and just till very, very lightly. We ain't gonna till very deep. Remember, your tiller always has a setting on it. I don't know if you can see from right there. So right here, you have a gauge that tells you how deep you want to till. So we're gonna drill pretty shallow. Then this year I've decided that I'm gonna use this trusty stake right here. It's gonna be the distance between my rows. Last year we done 3 foot. And our tomatoes, you couldn't even walk down between the rows. So this year I'm gonna go a little wider. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. All right, we've got like 4 rows tilled up. We're gonna go ahead and start with what we got. Miss Libby, she's starting to plant. This year we're gonna try to stick with just a few brands. We got Celebrities and what's the other kind? Jetstar. Jetstar is Celebrity. They're a good canning tomato. Went ahead and picked up some Parks Whopper and German Johnson. They make a big tomato. I was actually wanting Better Boys. I think my Better Boys got switched around with the German Johnsons. I like the Parks Whopper. But we bought these at our local FFA. They had a sale this past weekend. We went Saturday, it was closing down for the day. We got these, like there's 6 plants, like for $4 a plant. And some of your local companies around here, I won't mention none of their names, that they sell them like for $5 a piece. So, I mean, you wait and look around and everything, you can get a good deal. But you also can support your local FFA and your schools and everything. We try to do as much as we can. We didn't buy as much this year as we normally do, but Miss Libby's getting started, and what we're gonna do this year is we're gonna go, I told you like a while ago, I'm gonna put like 4 foot between my rows, because last year our tomatoes got so big, the plants and did everything, you couldn't walk between the rows. So this year we're gonna try to go a little further apart, and we're gonna plant about 30 inches apart. There should be plenty of room. And then we're gonna be putting pot and soil behind these, Miss Libby. Yeah. You gonna do it while you're planting? Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and put some pot and soil in there too and everything. So we're gonna tune out here just for a second, and then we'll be back in a minute. Okay. Okay. Before we get going any further, Miss Libby was starting to plant some tomatoes there. We're gonna go ahead and. We got this from our local FFA also. We bought several bags last year of it. This is what they use in all their greenhouses. One's a Pro Mix. It's kind of like a potting soil. And the other one is made by Jolly Gardener. I'm not sure, it's kind of like a potting mix also. One's dry, one's kind of wet. I should have done, I'll do a little further research, and then one of the next videos, I'll tell you exactly what it is when I read up on it. I wasn't planning on doing this morning. So Miss Levy said probably need to show you guys, tell you about it. So, I want to show you. Like this one right here, it's like I guess a potting mix. It's just real lightweight. It don't weigh nothing on it. This back here, it's like a potting soil. It's heavy. You're gonna see the difference here in a minute. See this here? See how dark, wet looking that is? See out there's like a potting soil almost. This looks kind of like the same way, but I know it's got different ingredients. You know, I know it's got nitrogen and other odds and ends. Like I said, I'll read up on it and tell you what's in there. But this here is real lightweight. It's gotten damp, the reason it looks dark like it does. But you can see the difference. You can pick it right there just like that. And this one right here is a little different. And what you do, you mix it a 50-50 ratio, according to the FFA up there. You put 50-50, then you mix it with water in it, mix it up good until it's just good and damp. Then you apply it to your plants. We've already got some Miss Libby's been using, so I'm just going to add to this. This right here is another. See somebody, one of our YouTube channels we watch, handy dandy little plow point here. You can take and pull it down through your rows. Made this the other day. Let me tell you, that was some hard stuff. That plow point was heat treated. I broke 2 or 3 drill bits. And according to their instructions is you water it down good. You can kind of see the water floating into the top of it. I probably ain't gonna put that much in there. That's looking pretty good. So I think what I'm gonna do now is get the handy dandy hole over here. Mix her up a little bit. This is my old trusty concrete hole right here from years ago when I was doing construction work. Metal handle, it works good. Much rather be mixing dirt than concrete. You can see what we got here. See the water kind of running down my hands there. She's good and moist. We're going to put that down around our plants as we're going along. This is the first time we used it in the garden. Miss Libby loves ferns, and I think we done bought like 16 or 18, I don't know. She divides them in half because she puts them all around the porch, around the pond, and this stuff here has been the bomb. We've had the biggest and prettiest ferns and everything. Like I said, I'll add a link to this so I can tell you what it is, and we're going to go ahead and get back started to planting, and y'all just stay with us. All right, you see Miss Libby right here. She's got, I think right there we got 12 Jet Stars, and here I think we got, well, here I think we got Better Boy, not Better Boys, but Parks Whopper and German Johnson. And Miss Libby is starting right here now with 12 more celebrities. So we're going to have 12 Jet Star, 12 celebrities, and 12 of a mixture. I'm going to buy another thing of Better Boys. My granddaddy got me hooked on them. I really like them. But Miss Libby's moving right along here. I've had to mix up a second barrel of potting soil. You can see how she's done it right here. We took a post hole digger. See my hole right there? Got my shadow in there right there. Took a post hole digger, dug the holes out. Then Miss Libby's putting a big scoop of our potting soil down here. I got it good and wet. Let me show you a handful of it here. You see she's dipping in there right now. I mean, you mixing it good and moist like that, and you see where she's put some in the hole, and now she's putting some around the plant itself, pulling it up, and them puppies ought to take off. Then down here, I just got through looking, found 2 marbles a while ago. This used to be an old homestead years ago. I believe the Davisons lived down here. That's what I was told. I think him and his family, I think it was 2 or 3 houses down through from here all the way down to yonder. It was 2 or 3 houses. This used to be a thriving community. We're talking about, my goodness, it'd be 50 years ago, at least 60. It would go back to 1950 probably. Woo, we pumping it there. We're looking at 75 years. So the marbles I found, yes, will be old marbles. They were just popped on top of the ground. Here are quail. Come on, do it again. There he goes. I ain't gonna do it. But anyway, still pretty wet right here. I'm gonna get up here, start down through here with a tiller. Believe it or not, this was all broke up in this beautiful soil back in March. And now Mother Nature is taking over. Here comes the grass. I'm going to have to move this table and stuff here in a minute. You can see where the water, you can see the track. Pushed it all the way up through here and water washed around it. And there's some of our gardening stuff. That's our fertilizer buggy. But you can see, so I'm going to go ahead and get busy here. I'm trying to keep from having to wait any longer on getting our corn and stuff in the ground. I was trying to look around and see if I found any more marbles, but I don't see any right now. So, daylights are burning. It's already almost 11 o'clock. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get the tiller out here and we'll come back here in a minute and show you where we're at. All right. It's done got to be noontime, getting a little warm out here. It's not bad. I like it though. It's going to get hot later on, but you know, I like it that way. We've done a good day's work today. We got our plants in the ground that we bought the other day. And even though it was a little wet down here, I went ahead and busted up enough of about 6 rows of corn. And I think according to what everybody says, which I ain't no Einstein on this by no means, plant about, you gotta have at least 5 rows of corn for it to be able to pollinate with each other. Last year we done 6, and that's our first year really to mess with corn in a long time. It done really, really good. So I came down here, and we'll turn you around here, hang on with me. It was a little still damp here. It was damp down the other end, but I've got enough busted up here to get at least good 6 rows of corn in. We're gonna plant them long this year. And then right here, we're gonna go ahead and get this here knocked back out, get it ready to be planted. We're gonna plant something else from here down to the tomatoes. And that's why I was telling you about tillers. You know, the tiller we got kind of like a Turn it back around. Small little tractor tiller. They got them bigger than that. Costs a lot more money. They got the pony tillers, like the little Troy built ones. And for what we're doing here, that just ain't enough. We got one, but it's got to have some work done to it. I told you last year. I don't think I'm leaving nothing out today. Miss Libby's done a good day's work while I was out here doing this. She was over cleaning up around the barn. It's an ongoing process after the flood, but we're going to get off of here for today. Hope you learned a little something other about our pot and soil and planting the things that we planted. Our corn we're going to plant, and we're going to finish up, and then we'll be back probably in the next couple of days to get the corn planted, and we'll walk you through that process too. But once again, like I always said, me and Miss Libby, we can do about anything, but one thing we can't do is grow this channel without you. Do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you watching, and y'all have a blessed day.